Hello folks, today I'm going to show you how to make a fire with a good old magnesium rod with a built-in mesh metal striker. I love making fires with these things. My favorite way to do it. Always a must to have one of these in your survival kit because you can get them wet, dry it off, still use it to make a fire. You get a lighter wet, might take you a while to get it dry, get it working again. Same thing with matches. But this is always a reliable source to make a fire with. Alright, so I already got my pilings of magnesium nice and shaved up here with the help of Mr. George Washington to scrape the pilings onto, which I can transfer to my tinder bundle that I have here, made out of just dried grass and a little bit of dried cedar bark to catch the magnesium shavings so they won't fall through the dried grass. Very important. You don't want to just make your shavings and then pour it in the dried grass and have them all fall through. So you want to have some kind of support to put the shavings on there. Okay. Then you have some just classic old cedar bark here, some dried up weeds, a little bit bigger fuel source, and then slowly getting bigger to some more dried up weeds, some dried up cedar wood, some other kind of bigger sources of fuel, and so on. A little bit bigger sources of fuel. Start off small, work your way up. I've already got my fire cone lay, whatever you want to call it here, to transfer the tinder bundle right up in there. Okay, so let me get the camera situated here. Get this fire going. Alright. So I got my bird's nest here. Alright. And once again, you don't want those shavings that you worked hard to scrape off the magnesium block to fall on through into the tinder bundle. You want it to be resting in a nice pile, and you want to scrape about a quarter size pile of magnesium shavings, at least. The more the merrier. I feel like you can never have too much magnesium shavings, because it sucks whenever you try to get it going with not that much and it ends up not being enough and you got to scrape yourself more. It's a pain. Okay. The magnesium burns even underwater. It burns at a nice 5,400 degrees. This stuff is amazing. So I got my pilings on the top. One thing you always want to do is you never want to scrape down. And what I have here is a carbon fiber or carbon steel hacksaw blade. Just a little piece of it, brightly yellow colored tape, so you don't lose it in the woods. It's easy to pick up, easy to find. Okay, and you just use this instead of the back of your knife blade to scrape the mesh metal. What you don't want to do is use your knife blade and get it all dull. And you always pull the mesh metal away from the tinder bundle instead of pushing the carbon steel blade towards the towards the tinder bundle, because you don't want to mess that all up and make it go everywhere. So always practice pulling away. Okay, so let's give it a shot here. Get a few sparks in this magnesium. So a fire requires three things: an ignition source, being this ferrocerium mesh metal rod, fuel being the tinder bundle in this wood, and oxygen being your breath or the wind. So let's do this. right up. Don't burn yourself now. There you go. It can be pretty simple whenever you have nice dry material. Very rewarding. Not doing it with the lighter. Matches. Yeah, once again, it's really nice having these magnesium blocks with the built-in mesh metal igniter, because you can get them wet, dry them off, and get yourself a fire going just like that. There you have it, folks. Fire with magnesium block. You can get these things at camping stores, Walmart, Academy, sporting goods places. $5 to $10. Very good investment to have in your survival pack, or anywhere you go out in the wilderness. Hiking, biking, camping, birding, because you never know when something could happen, even on a nice little day trip. So it's always good to have these. Very rewarding making fires with them. And before you go out in the woods to do whatever you go and do, you always want to practice first, because if you don't know how to use it, what good is it going to do? So practice first and then go out in the field. Thanks for joining in. Y'all have a good one.